Kaka big like Subaru. Body yours, you dey make my code.
Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Bright's Kitchen. As you can see, I'm in my kitchen at home, not at work. Cooking something good for this weather, something that this weather really needs. It's getting cold now. It's good for corona, you know, because corona is from flu, isn't it? So when you can handle flu, you can, keep it at bay. So today we'll be making bitter leaf soup. It's a proper Nigerian Benin soup. It's good for the weather. You have to make it quite spicy. It's good to be very, very spicy. So here I've got my chicken and goat meat. As you can see, we boil everything separately apart from the chicken and goat meat, which I'm going to boil together. So I'm going to go with half an onion of red or white onion, whichever one you want. I prefer the red onion because it gives it more sweeter. I want the sweet and the bitterness because the soup is quite bitter. It's a bitter leaf soup, sweet bitter leaf soup. So, and we've got bay leaf, we got Knorr cubes, we got black pepper, we got curry powder, we got crayfish, we got herb peppers, and we got some garlic powder. So I would say teaspoon of each, depend on your preference on how much you want to, and you can use whatever spices you want as well. So that's not a problem. So we're gonna boil all this individually, let it come to the boil. Then it's such a very, very simple soup to make. It's very good for you. It washes out your inside, it warms you up inside, So I challenge everyone to go and cook the soup today or whatever. Get bitter leaf soup, and we in the soup gonna have some sweet pepper. It has to be the green one. We got some scotch bonnet, we got some crayfish, we got the bitter leaf as we said already washed, and it's very important not to wash it too much. You want the bitterness of the soup. It needs to be not too bitter, but don't wash the nutrients. The bitterness is the nutrients of this meal. So we've already washed, so I'm going to wash. I'll show you later, wash it again, but not too much. But the main important thing is to make sure there is no sand in it. And I'll show you how to make sure there's no sand in it. We've got some garlic, which is very good for you. Garlic, ginger, red onions. We're going to blitz all this together. And that's the soup basically. Very, very simple. And we'll add some red oil. You know, Nigerians, we are the king of red oil. This is probably Ghanaian one. Yeah, it is Ghanaian. But, West Africa anyway. So, yeah. So, stay tuned. We'll make this soup together. I'm back, guys. As you can see, I've cut all the vegetables, the scotch bonnet, garlic, ginger, green peppers, and I've got the bitter leaf here. So I'm just going to blitz everything together. This dish is very, very simple, but it's very, very good for you. We're just going to blitz everything together and add it onto the stock that we've made, like the stock from the chicken. So we're going to add everything there. Everything I've been cooked, as you can see, all separately. I've washed the shaki, the tribe. I've got the stock fish. And a very, very important ingredients in this dish is crayfish. Crayfish is very important, and the palm oil, and obviously the bitter leaf soup. So we're going to blitz everything together and just put it in and just let it cook down. Add the meat. That is it. Very, very simple. Very, very good for you. Good for this weather. So stay tuned. Try making it today or whenever. Put it in the fridge. You always last, or in the freezer. You can last for a long time. So we're gonna blitz everything here together. Then we season it to taste. Yeah. So everything is blitzed together. So I'm just gonna add some palm oil to the pan. Not too much, and this palm oil is preferably as well. You can put as much as you want. You can do without as well, but I like a bit of palm oil. So just a little bit of palm oil in there. And some crayfish. So I'm gonna season it with some crayfish because I'm videoing everything by myself. So I need to, freestyling around here. So I'm just gonna let that cook down for a long, to say 30 to 45 minutes. Let it cook with the onions, let everything cook together. As you can see, I've already cooked the meat, so I'm not gonna make it cook again. I'm gonna season it with some more Knorr cubes, some more curry powder, some all-purpose seasoning, and you can season it with whatever you want to season it with, like, you know, to your preference. But I'm not going to use too much salt on it because the seasoning I put already is full of salt, so I don't really use too much salt on my dishes. So yeah, because I put the Knorr cube is full of salt, the all-purpose curry powder, everything else. So it's very important that you put the crayfish now, because I'm using one hand. So I'm going to add the crayfish, I'm going to season it up now and let it cook. So this dish is more or less cooked now. We're just going to let it cook down. Very, very easy, very, very good for you. So try it out. If there's any questions, put in the inbox. I'm very, very happy to reply and answer any questions. If you can really smell the aroma in this kitchen right now, as you can see, it's cooking nicely. It is a black soup. Don't get, you know, by the color, but the amount of iron you're gonna get from this soup is like 10 times the iron from spinach. It's good for your blood, and they always give this to pregnant women in Benin, where I'm from, Nigeria. This is for pregnant women. Like when you lose blood, you wanna, you know, get fit, because this is the weather to be as fit as possible. So I'm just gonna go in with the meat now and let the meat cook with the soup. Sorry about the splash. So put the meat in there, and this is it. Basically cooked now. You just let the meat cook with the soup for another 30 minutes, slowly, in a slow heat. And that's it. Perfect for this weather. You can eat it with pounded yam, which I'm going to eat it with pounded yam. Best for hangover, if you be drinking or whatever, trying to get your iron back or whatever. Okay. You know, for the men, you trying to, yeah, it's good. So I know the color might be deceiving, but this is proper food, proper soul food. As you can see, I don't know if you noticed, before I started, there was not much water. I hardly put any water in the chicken. It's very important not to put too much. You can put a little bit of water in it. Don't worry about my camera skills, you know. Can't multitask, you know. Yeah, so the chicken and the meat will always bring out their own water, their own juice, and you want it to cook in that so that the flavor can really go inside the meat. So don't put too much water when you're cooking your chicken or beef or whatever. Hardly put any water, because it will bring out its own water. The steam is messing up though. And I cooked everything else separately, as I was saying before. That's the shaki, which is the tribe. It's cooking there separately, but I will put everything together. So the chicken and the meat are still cooking. Let it cook properly, slowly, for at least 30 minutes. Soup is coming up, and it's very important when you're to know how far it is or whatever. The oil should be coming up. It needs to take time to cook, but sometimes you don't want to cook it too much because you're cooking up the iron and stuff like that. But it do need to take time to cook. As the oil start coming on top of it, then you know you're not far from it being done, basically. And you can drink this. This is very good for you. I keep on stressing that, for your iron, for this weather, for this coronavirus period or whatever is going on, this flu weather. Food like this is what you need, you know. And pounded yam, the water is boiling with pounded yam. I don't like to use the kettle. I like, you know, because you don't know at the bottom of the kettle what's in there. So it's very good to boil water from scratch, basically, not the kettle. Yeah. Stay tuned. We'll be eating soon. As you can see, it's not far off now. We're not far off. Everything is just coming up. The meat will be nice and soft. The dried fish, everything will be, you know, you can drink this in a day like this. I keep I've been saying that for a while. You should put in a bigger plate, to be fair, but So we're gonna eat together now. Finished product. I've not got my sunglasses on today, so yeah. So we eat together. Try and make it yourself if you can. You should, because I should have got a smaller plate, yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. This is exactly what the body needs, you know. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, share it. We'll be cooking more things like this together. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Let me dislocate this now. This is not the time to be talking and videoing.
There is nothing